Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erika and today we're going to talk about my 2020 planner favorites. I saw this video going around and I thought what better perfect way to show you than everything that I've loved, everything that has gotten me, back into the passion of planning. So I want to go ahead and show you my favorites. So the first item that I want to talk about is my pen. This pen has been my favorite pen of all pens this year. I found this through the Coffee Monster Co. in one of her bullet journaling videos, and I was like, ooh, let me see what the fuss is all about. And this pen has been it so much that I bought refills and refilled up my pen already. So this has been such a favorite of mine. I used to have it in the 0.5. It was a pink one. However, I learned that with my heavy writing, because I'm very heavy-handed, the ink was like too dark and too thick for me. So I actually switched over to a 0.3. I believe this is a 0.3, and I have been loving it. Of course, it has to be in black ink. So this is like my #1 favorite pen in the entire planet. And now I'm going to show you some of my other favorites, because when I can't find this pen, or I feel like this pen is just too fine for some of the pages, especially like in the Hobonichis, I go for the next favorite pen of mine, and that is my Pilot Juice pen in 0.38. Now, I believe I got this out of a recommendation from an Instagram page. I'm not sure who it was, but I was like, ooh, let me try it too. And I'm like, 0.3 is like my favorite type of pen situation. However, even though this is a 0.3, this is a 0.38, so this is slightly thicker than the Energel Cleanup pen, and this is my next to favorite pen just because the ink or the ballpoint right here is thicker than the Energel Cleanup, and this is just for like when I feel like I want a thicker line in my writing, I go for this pen. So this has been definitely my second favorite. And then last but not least, this is my third contender, and this is, I'm not sure the name because it is all in Japanese, but I found it as a Japanese needlepoint pen in Amazon, and I'll leave all these pens linked down below. And this is a 0.38, and this is a needlepoint. I don't know if you guys can tell, and honestly I love this for when I work on my sticker shop. Something about this pen and the notepad that I use just goes so well together. Like these, I feel like I might ruin them if I use them the way I use this pen in my shop, the way I work. So this pen is like my favorite pen to work with my sticker shop, because this writes over whiteout, over like very aggressively. I don't know, this is like one of my like no-brainer type of pens, like where I'm just being aggressive, heavy-handed, going over whiteout. It goes over whiteout so easily. Really been like a favorite of mine. So yeah, these are my favorite pens at the moment. Like these are like the three that are my favorite. My first contender, second, and then third place right here. So if you haven't checked these pens out, I'll leave links to them down below, but these are the only ones you'll always see me using no matter what. Now, still sticking in the pen stationery side of the planner items, my next ones are going to be my highlighters. Believe it or not, I have favorite highlighters. I never thought I was going to have favorite highlighters, but I do. And the first one that I have is an Erin Condren. I think they're all Erin Condren, to be honest, highlighters. This is a double-sided Erin Condren highlighter. This was part of their, what do you call this? They had like a whole scenario of releases where you get 2 of these barrels and then you would switch these out. So far I found that these are the only ones, or the only ones that I like to use, because I'm not very much of a color person, but these have been my favorite. I have no idea why. The color is so rich and vibrant that I'm guessing that's the reason why I choose these over any other highlighter that I have. And I have a lot, I really do, but these are my favorite. However, there is slight con to these. No matter what I do or how long I wait for my ink to dry, this highlighter still manages to smudge all my inks. I have no ideas because it's so saturated and juicy, but these managed to do it. So these are my favorite ones, and that's why they're on these barrels. So we have the pink one over here. We have this gorgeous green one. We got this gray one over here and this vibrant blue. And I have no idea how to like come to measure with these, but these have always been the ones I gravitate to the most. And let me show you on a notepad how they look. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. Let me zoom you guys in such a tad bit. So here is the green one. And I just love how tiny that little like edge is. So that's the green one. This is the pink one. And I don't know if you guys can see, like some of it still has like that black ink because it smudges everything, but I cannot let go of these. So this is the first barrel that I have. And then this has been my favorite blue. And I'm like, yes, give it to me. So this is the blue. And I just love how like, I think they're so vibrant. Like I freaking love it. The only thing that I'm sad about is that this gray one is a round tip and not an edge tip. I don't know if it'll focus on it, but that's the only thing I don't like about this gray. So it's very fine and very dark, but that's the reason why I don't like the round tip on them. So my next contenders are the neutral collections that Erin Condren came out with, and they're these. These I believe I got in a surprise box, or they came in as a freebie for buying excess amount. And this one has the sharp edge at the side, which I'm hoping is the same as the round tip. No, it's actually lighter. I don't know if you guys can see, it's actually lighter. So it has the sharp edge and then the round tip, which I never use the round tip. It's just not my favorite. And here is these are from their neutral highlighters. So they come in like this blue, this gray, like a pastel purple, and a pastel mint, I believe. I don't use those because I'm not very much of a color person. But like again, the edge is my favorite, and I just love the colors. And I like these because these are very muted. So these are the reasons why I love these highlighters in particular. And then let me go with the other gray one. So yeah, this one looks like the freebie that I got in the previous package. So it's probably this color. However, they're two different separate packagings. This one is completely clear and this one has color to it. So yeah, that's that. So those are my favorite highlighters. If you guys want to see how the Energel and all the other pens write, let me go ahead and do that. So this is the Clina Energel. Then we have the Japanese needlepoint. See how it gets darker and I write very heavy. So as you guys see, it's darker and I'm still using the same amount of pressure on it. And this is the Pilot. Now the difference between these two that I find is that I have more control over this tip than the needle one. I feel like this one, even though it's finer, is a 0.35. I feel like this one spills out more ink than this one, depending on how I'm writing so heavy. But yeah, those are my favorite pens and highlighters. Complete favorite. They're all from Erin Condren, and these are the three separate ones that I really enjoy. Now, something that I found strangely that I've actually loved are the Tombow correction tapes. Specifically this one. This one I found not that long ago, but I am completely in love with it. This is the correction tape mono note Tombow, and I found this through the Hobonichi website. And this is in the size 2.5 mm, so that's how the packaging looks like. You have to buy 5 of these if you get them from Amazon Japan in order to get these shipped out. But I love how thin the correction tape is. I've been using the Tombow mono correction tape, this certain kind, but I've enjoyed this size more because it's so slim You see the big difference? Like this I've used because this is what I always had on hand, but once I found these, I cannot stop using these. So this has been my favorite correction tape, and I got it off of Amazon Japan. Next, I want to talk about the rulers that I've been seriously enjoying, and they're the FoxandPip rulers. Now I don't use these to measure out anything. I use these specifically just to make lines, and I've just been loving how aesthetically pleasing they show up on my videos and how they are just gorgeous in person. So I've always gotten them on pre-sale. I've been lucky enough to get them on pre-sale. Never lucky enough to get them like when they're on actual sale. And if you guys can see, this one's very glittery and this one's hollow. Like this one by far is my favorite. But when she came out with like this nice glittery white one, I had to have them both. So these are my favorite to use when I'm making lines in my planner. Next, now that I have all of that out of the way, I want to go ahead and talk about my favorite way to organize my stickers. And that is through the Simply Gilded sticker books. These have been my absolute favorite. I think I have 8 of these and one in the big size to hold weekly sticker kits. But these store all of my stickers and I base it up on shop. So these have been the most that I've used, which I can actually say are my favorite shops. And let's start with this one because I love how the color looks. And I've just put some charms back here that I got off a bracelet from Soda Club, I believe. Soda Paper Club, Soda Grape Club, something like that. They're Disney inspired. But this one holds my, let me flip it over here. This holds my Once More with Love sticker collection. Trust me, these were filled, but as the pages or the stickers get used up, I empty it out and I haven't restocked any. As you guys can see, I use quite a bit of them. They're my favorite. And this Once More with Love has been like my favorite type of shop like for a long time, except this one's Coffee Monster Co. I need to switch that one out. But yeah, Once More with Love has been a big favorite of mine. So I keep a whole like sticker book with the Simply Gilded storage. So this has been my favorite sticker shop of the year as well, but also my favorite way to store my stickers. And I don't know what it is, but I've been using this for a while, and this plastic album paper does not seem to deteriorate or crumple or get a white casting to it like I've had with some other regular binder albums. So this is very high quality to me, in my opinion. So that's that. And then another favorite is this white one, and this one holds like my second to first favorite shop, and this is Banana Doodle Shop. She is now known as Caffeine and Paper Co., but I've loved all of her stickers that I've gotten from her. And this one is basically based on like my online work, my YouTube work and all that stuff, but this is what I gravitate to the most when I'm planning or sticker planning in any of my planners, whether it be inserts or just a ring bound or coil bound planner. I've used quite a lot. I've actually restocked a couple of her sheets, and there is nothing that I'm not liking it. And one of the favorite things about her shop also are her die cuts. In my A6, I have tons of her die cuts in there, and I just buy as many as I can. I really love them. But yeah, here I keep my Banana Doodle Shop stickers, and I keep it in white so I know exactly which shop is which. So I know that my white sticker book is for Caffeine and Paper Co. and my blue one is for Once More with Love. And these two have been like battling it out for being my favorite shop of the year. So yeah, these are my favorite. Once More with Love and Caffeine and Paper Co. along with the Simply Gilded sticker book storage system. Next, I want to talk about the planners that I've seemed to stay in for most of the year, and one of that is my Hobonichi A6 Undated. I use this more of a journaling situation. I bought this cover recently. It is the undyed or like the natural leather. It's very thick, very solid. As you guys can see, it patina is uneven since I do always have the front facing up and the back is always like covered. But this is not what I'm a fan of. I'm more of a fan of just the planner itself. This has been such a nice way to journal everything that I've actually found very frustrating this year, everything that I felt like I wanted to accomplish, all that good stuff. Now, I don't use any of the monthly calendars. It's just not my style. I really just went ahead and concentrated on the writing pages. And some pages, as you guys can see, were just, you know, me, you know, sampling the washes that I had in my collection since I'm not a very washy person. I just sampled everything that I had in there. But this really has centered me this year. It has kept me, like, you know, in check with like my mental health. And up here I just write the date that I usually write in it. And I love that it's undated, because when I wouldn't pick it up, I wouldn't be afraid to not use like the next page because it was undated. And I still have a couple of pages to go, but it has been my favorite, and this really has helped me through some like difficult months. So that has truly been a planner favorite so far this year, that I'm actually going to use an A6 dated version next year just because of how much I love this one this year. And then, of course, the planner that I've actually stuck with the most this year is my A6 Moterm. I have Gilio covers and all, but I found that with this Moterm cover, I don't baby it. I just, you know, throw this around. I'm very rough with it. And that is something that I'm guessing has kept me to stick with my Moterm. It is like one of those planners where, like, you know, it wasn't that expensive. It's not the most luxe thing in the planet, but it's so like eye-pleasing that it's still beautiful to stick in. And that's what this has been. It's been like a solid planner that I can just toss around, be rough with, and not care too much of the condition it's in. So this has been by far my favorite. Like, I just love the outline of it. I know I'm an A6 person. It reminds me of the Gilio composition, but it's nowhere near like the quality of a Gilio. And I know for sure like some of my favorite inserts have come from Daily W Puff. And then some of my favorite pockets have been from Catspresso Co. And other favorite inserts have been from Simple Trendy Co. So those are some of the shops that I've really enjoyed this year as well for my planning needs and my insert portion of my planner. But yeah, just in general, the Moterm A6 planner in rings has been truly a favorite. Like, I really enjoyed this planner overall. Like, there's no tomorrow. And finally, I just want to end by saying that there has been two specific channels that really got me back into planning, which honestly, I'm so happy I found them. Now, the first one is Becky. She's from Whoops, I Did It Again, and I'm going to show you how her channel looks really quickly. So she's also the reason why I even wanted a Hobonichi cousin in the first place, and I have literally loved her channel. It's Whoops, I Did It Again Co. I found her, I think, when she was at 600 subscribers. Now she's up to 1.34, so congrats. And her name is Becky, and I just love hearing her plan with me because she talks about her family, her plans, and it's so refreshing to see her and her channel. I don't know, it was like a breath of fresh light on her channel, and I was really happy. And because of her, I actually found my next favorite channel, which is Princess Honey. Carolyn, I think that's her name, Carolyn. She has been such a favorite. I love seeing her advent calendar haul with Posy in them. I freaking love her channel as well. Every time Becky would post and Carolyn would post, I'd be like, yes, you know, feed my addiction to watching planning videos. So hilarious. I love her style as well. She's very different than what I'm used to. And her hauls are so amazing. I'm sad that they're gonna go away, But yeah, she's been a favorite of mine to watch on YouTube as well. So I'm glad I found both of them. And I believe she just started making Hobonichi kits as well. So yeah, if you want someone to watch, Princess Honey and Whoops I Did It Again are my favorites right now. And I'm really excited to find more. Now, I do want to say I do have an honorable mention, and I found her this month or last month, and I know that she's very popular, but you know, this is my first time finding her, and it's Lindsay Scribbles. I've actually been enjoying her 2021 setups. I believe I found her through her 2021 Hobonichi Cousin setup. But I've been enjoying her content. I've actually drawn inspiration from her recent video, her week setup with her trackers. I've actually found so much inspiration from her. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what she brings in 2021, because I was like, I've been loving her recent videos, and yeah, it's so different because hers is like more of a clean, aesthetically pleasing kind of planners where she has routines and a set outline of how she plans. And I've never actually done it that way, so I'm pretty excited to, you know, get tons of inspo from her. But yeah, you guys, that has been my 2020 planner favorites of the year. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what are your favorites on the comments down below, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!